Hello, friends. Welcome. It is very, very late. Oh my goodness. I have been in my car and now I'm in a parking lot, um, playing around with settings and trying to figure out. Hi! Trying to figure out StreamYard on my phone so I can do joy rides with the Joyriders. So right now, this is public. Anyone can come on here because obviously for me to set it up for members, I have to do it from my computer, unless I set it private and send out the link. But I am going to go ahead and turn this back around so that, let's see, it's so dark. That means more of our joy rides will be in the daytime, which is fine because then you guys will be able to see more anyway. I'm going to turn you around so you can see the road. And let's just go for a little drive. This is actually my third attempt. But that's okay. Even though it is really late, I love driving. It calms me. I'm really tired. I worked in the studio until 5:30 in the morning working on videos. Went and laid down and was at work by 8:30 in the morning. So I got 2.5 hours sleep and I was exhausted when I got up and just knew that I would go to bed as soon as I probably finished Connie's birthday live tonight. But I went back to Jeannie's live and then I went over to Margie's live. And now here I am playing with this, but I have been promising and promising and promising to get this figured out. Wanda, you and Margie are the only Joyriders that I have. And Wanda, you know that I have been wanting to do this for at least a month now because I finally got the StreamYard app downloaded on my phone and found out that it could work. And so for a month, I've been saying, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. But between life and work and being sick, it didn't happen. So guess what? This test run is happening at 1:30 in the morning. But got doors locked, just double checked. Got a lot of gas in the tank, so I don't have to worry about running out of gas. Haven't done that since I was in my early 20s. And I am far from my early 20s, so we are good to go there. But I just love driving. There's just something about driving that just gives me a peace of mind. And it's just, I don't know, it helps to just take a deep breath. So, yeah. But I have this figured out now, so this is cool. I will try to do things more in the daytime where you can see more. But nonetheless, going to get sick of me. I can see I've got somebody here. I see comments. And in just a minute, I'll pull over and see who I have. But I'm not going to attempt to try and read them while I'm driving. So, curious to see who is with me. Todd knew that I was determined to figure this out, and I was determined to figure it out, and I did figure it out. But he does not know I'm out driving around Newberry right now. But just ahead is our Walmart, so I will pull in that parking lot and see who I have with me. I can tell I've not been out late at night in Newberry in a long time. Newberry just looks dead, and that's not how I remember it. It was always busy, always busy. But everything looks empty. Our Walmart used to be a 24-hour Walmart, and just to show you how long it's been since I've really been to Walmart, Todd does most of our grocery shopping and is kind enough to virtual shop with me. So I did not know that our Walmart closed at 11 now and is no longer 24 hours. I'm like, well, where have I been? And he was like, home, getting better, learning to walk again. I was like, yeah, but that's been done for a while. Of course, I don't normally shop at 11 o'clock at night or midnight or 1 in the morning. I'm normally in bed like most normal people at 1:30 in the morning. But yep, you can see our Walmart parking lot is empty. There's a couple cars here, but for the most part, it is empty. So those are probably stalkers. So we're just going to pull up here in the parking lot and let me see who I have here with me. Who is up with me? Let's see. Oh, wow, got quite a few people. Hello, Sunita, because I was determined to figure out how to do StreamYard on my phone. I think okay. I was going to say I lost signal for a moment. Yep, the beep beep is for me. Todd originally started out with me, but he has to go to work tomorrow morning, so he had to go get his beauty rest. Hello, Sandrine and Eden and Lydia. She says, wait, there is an app? Yes. Lydia says, wow, I thought I was a night owl. Yes, there is an app. And I actually got it downloaded to my phone. Here, I'm gonna turn this around for a moment so I can actually say hello. I apologize, my face is gonna be right in the screen. Hi. And so I figured out how to get the app on my phone about a month ago. And part of the perks of my Joyriders level was to do joyrides. But I have not done one joyride until now. And so I kept telling Wanda, who at the time was my only joyrider, and now Miss Margie upgraded her membership, so she's now a joyrider. But I've been telling Wanda for a month, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. And work, life just got in the way. And so here we are at 1:30 in the morning figuring out how to do this on my phone, and I did it. I sat in my yard for 45 minutes trying to figure out how to, flip the screen back and forth so that you could see the road, you could see me. And I finally figured it out. So then I started filming and went downtown Newberry and took y'all to my work. And when we were coming out, I tried to tip the phone to show y'all the moon and then the clock tower. And when I did, it messed up the video and dropped the feed. So I deleted that and sat in the library parking lot and redid things. So there's no proper thumbnail. There's no anything other than a title and my goofy face. And so here we are. I was just driving around. Oh, really, Sandrine? All Walmarts close at 10 and 11 now? See, that's how car was going by. Just making sure it wasn't the police coming to see what I was doing. I'm not used to being out in the world at this time of the morning. It's been a long time. There was a time it didn't matter. I was always on the road. In fact, I love to travel at night. But anyway, that's crazy. So there's no more 24-hour Walmarts. Wow. Sorry, my hand's in the way to scroll up. Hi, Lisa. Renee. Oh, my goodness. Hey, Miss Sue. Miss Sue, I don't know if you know this or not, but you won a giveaway from me. Well, it's now Tuesday, so I can't say yesterday, but Sunday. And so it's actually right back here in the back seat with 6 other packages that are going hopefully to the post office tomorrow. If I can talk my son into going with me to take them all in. If not, then I will do it Wednesday. But anyway, but yes, you won a giveaway. So it'll be coming your way very soon. The best to drive at, right? I love driving at night. I always have. If we were going on a road trip, that's when I always wanted to go out. I wanted to head out late at night. Make sure my car door is locked. Heard a weird sound. Oh. Big scaredy cat. That was my seatbelt. I took my seatbelt off when I pulled up in the parking lot. All right. We might start moving. Especially since nobody in my family has a clue where I'm at. And there was a time that would not have surprised Todd, but things have kind of changed since my surgery. I don't venture out a whole lot, but this is fun. I love the freedom. I just realized that there's a new store over here that I didn't know was over there. Huh. Anyway, sorry. Let's see. Sandrine says we are night owls. Hello, Jet One. She says, oh my gosh, I meant to watch that video. Thank you. You're welcome. Cynthia, I think Nightbot missed me. Oh, I'm sure. I missed you, Eden. Jen says, trying to go, was it to Walmart? No, I'm actually trying out the StreamYard app on my phone. Yes, at 1:30 in the morning. I've been trying to do this, find the time to do this for a long time. And I am off work tomorrow. Of course, I do have Bible study to lead at 11 o'clock in the morning, but I'm awake, probably because of all the coffee I drank, because last night I worked till 5:30 in the morning in the studio trying to get caught up on videos and went to bed and still made it to work at 8:30. And so I should be exhausted, but I have literally drank coffee all day long. And I don't normally drink a lot of coffee, and I've drank a lot of coffee. So I am just like wide awake. So I'm just out driving around, practicing and testing out StreamYard on my phone. Lisa says, need to get out more of a nighttime. I do love it. And now that I've figured out this app on my phone, I will be doing this more often. Jet1 says, yeah, I've got to volunteer early at 8:30 a.m. Just can't sleep. Don't you hate it when that happens, especially when you have an early morning like that and you just can't go to sleep? I wanted to go to sleep this morning, but I knew I made some promises and some commitments, and I wanted to get them done. And that's kind of why I'm where I'm at right now. I've been promising the Joyriders for at least a month since I got this downloaded on my app, that I was going to do this. And I kept saying it, and then it didn't happen. And so it's happening. It's happening right now. And you guys are here with me, keeping me company. Well, I'm going to take us for a little bit of a ride. Don't really know where we're going to go. Oh, wow. I haven't seen one of those since I was a missionary in Savannah, Georgia. We have a mosquito truck driving around. When I lived in Savannah, we had mosquito trucks, and we had street cleaners, street sweepers or whatever. And they would literally have these big bristle brushes that would literally wash the road, and they would get up close to the sidewalks, and it would literally clean the edge of, the sidewalks. It was really kind of cool. All right, well, I'm going to turn this screen back around so you can see where we're going. That will be a much prettier view. So let's get that. All right, let's drive a little bit. And you guys are going to have to talk amongst each other because the writing on my phone is so small that I will not be able to see it while I'm driving. Eden said something about a joke. Let me go back and see what that was. Oh, Lisa knits, it's not today until she goes to bed. Laugh out loud. Eden, it's still today. She says, I know it was a joke. Lisa says, we're in the car right beside you having a girl car trip. Oh, how cool. Mama Sue says, I'm wide awake. I drank 1 cup of coffee and fell asleep and woke up at 9 tonight. Oh, wow. Well, I do eventually want to get to bed because I do have Bible study in the morning, but luckily everything is done and ready for that. The only bad thing is it's so dark everywhere I'm going that you can't see much. But we're going to take a little drive anyway, just for the fun of it. Okay, I lost signal for a moment because Newberry is like dead, 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 dead. And normally there's always someone somewhere. Me pull my thoughts together. If I'm trying to come up with an idea, I'll go get in the car and just ride around. And it's just like, I don't know, like clarity comes. If I'm trying to work through a situation, if I'm stressed, driving just calms me. I've always loved to drive. Mr. Joyful does not care to drive. So in the past, he was always excited when we would go places together because I always did the driving. But then, of course, when my spine surgery happened and I lost the ability to walk, I don't know if y'all could see the moon ahead past the red lights. That's the moon. It's really big and it's kind of got red in it a little bit. It's pretty. And when I had to learn how to rewalk, he did all the driving. Well, in that time, I learned that I could crochet and not get car sick, which is one of the reasons I did most of the driving, is because I get car sick very easily. But when I found out that I could I could ride and crochet and not get car sick, it's been kind of like role reversal, and he drives and I crochet. So it's kind of nice. It's kind of nice to just be out here right now, just driving. Oh, I'm sure, Lisa. So it took me a minute to read it, but I got it. She said she wished they had a Walmart, a Joann's, and a Hobby Lobby. Mine is not close, but it's not far away either. Like we have a couple of obviously we have a close Walmart, but it never has anything. Like it's so hard to find things in this Walmart. I don't understand how they stay in business because the shelves are just always empty. But um, I just had this conversation on a live somewhere this week. But our nearest Hobby Lobby and Michael's are right there together, and they're about 35 minutes away. There's another Hobby Lobby that's about 45 minutes away, same direction, but just a little bit past that. My Joann's are a little bit further, so I don't get to them as much. And y'all, speaking of like Hobby Lobby, Michael's, y'all are going to get angry with me. Today I was going through my emails and I realized that I let a $20 coupon, my perks, the points you get from Michael's, I let a $20 coupon expire. What? Just because I'm not buying yarn until July at least, or this year at all if I can help it, which has been hard, but I've made it so far. There's so many other things that I could have used that $20. So I just basically let $20 just go in the trash. I was just like, Jiminy Crickets. Isn't this peaceful? Ugh. Sometimes when my kids couldn't sleep, I would load them up in the car and just go drive around. And they would fall asleep. And then I'd start getting tired. And then I'd go home and I'd carry them in, put them to bed. And then I'd go brush my teeth and crawl into bed and be out and sleep so good. Normally I would go straight, but I'm going to turn a moment so we can let this ride last a little bit longer. But it's kind of a bummer. I can't see what you're saying. Don't you hate that when that happens? Yes. I can see some faint little stars in the sky. So there's 3 exits off the interstate coming into our little town here of Newberry. And if our interstate was not tore up, I would take us for a little ride on that because there'd be a little bit more light. But they have been doing construction on that interstate for 3 years. And they're still predicting another 3-4 years till it's finished. It's crazy. So we avoid the interstate right now as much as we can. There's back roads that can get us to Columbia or Greenville. That little faint light that you see in there, that's the moon, but it's really not faint. It's really bright. It's half a moon, and it is gorgeous. Newberry has this private little airport, and that's where we're going. We're going to drive down past the airport, and then it comes out by the craft plant, and right on the other side of that is my neighborhood. So I'm just kind of going around in a circle. Lisa says, oh, wait, see. Mama Susu says, I'm so glad I found you live tonight because I am wide awake. I hear you. All right, I want to make sure I don't miss the turn. And I think I missed it. I did. That's okay. Let me just see if I can kind of turn around. In Schweitzer Manduit here. Okay. That's the airport right there on the other side of that fence, if you could even tell it was a fence. They wanted to take this little private airport and they wanted to make it an international airport, but they would need to have bought some of the land from Kraft in order to do that, to have enough of a landing strip for international planes, meaning like your big, airlines. But Kraft was not willing to sell any of their land. So therefore, it's just going to stay a little private airport. And honestly, that is really good because with my neighborhood right on the other side of this, oh my gosh, I wouldn't mind hearing planes come and go. I actually love that. We have a train track that runs right through our neighborhood, and we hear the train all the time. People who are not used to it, it will wake them up. But people like me who've been living here for 17 years, it's quite calming and peaceful. But anyway, just the traffic that would come if this had become an international airport. So I'm very thankful that it's not going to do that. But anyway, Lisa says, are you driving on the wrong side of the road? No, I'm not driving on the wrong side of the road. I am driving on the right side of the road, which maybe where you're at, you guys might drive on the left side. I don't know if y'all can see the red light there. They have a red light and a windsock that's lit up in red lights to help the private planes be able to see to come in. And helicopters. We have a lot of helicopters that fly in and out of this airport. Jen Reeves, what are you doing awake? Hello, hello. Are you on the same time as me? I know some parts of Florida are and some are not. That's my home state. I was born in Florida. I was born in Hollywood, Florida, and right after I was born, my parents moved to Daytona, and I lived in Daytona till I was 5, and then they moved to South Carolina, and I've lived in South Carolina ever since, except during some of my missionary journeys. Then I lived in other states. Ian says, love the sound of the trains. Oh, yes, me too. Me too. In fact, when we first moved to South Carolina, we lived in a place called Gilbert, which is outside of Lexington, for anyone who knows anything about South Carolina. But we lived in Gilbert, and we lived near a train track there too. And oh my gosh, we love the trains. When we were younger, my uncle would help us place coins on the train tracks, and then we'd go back the next day and get them, and it was so cool because they were flat. And then one day I was talking to somebody, and they were like, that's against the law. I was like, oh, no. Thank goodness I'm a minor. So the only coin flattening I've done since then is the ones you put in the machines, and they flatten them, like at the zoo and amusement parks and stuff like that. So anyway, so I'm actually at my neighborhood, but I will take you guys by my work and show you the Coca-Cola mural building. I did that in the first live that I did when Todd was with me, when I had a cute little thumbnail on this video and everything. Boy, Nightbot's chitty chatty tonight. Why am I awake and driving? Well, part of my problem is I worked till 5:30 this morning in the studio, getting caught up on videos. Went and laid down and slept for 2.5 hours, jumped up, got ready, went to work, and was at work by 8:30, and literally loaded myself up on coffee all day long to stay awake. And since I guess I'm not a really big coffee drinker, the coffee one has just like got me wide awake. And I've been saying for a long time, since I figured out that I could download the StreamYard app on my phone, that I was going to get things figured out so that I could start doing these joy rides with one of my tiers on my family membership is called the Joy Riders, and part of their perks is to go on joy rides. And I've never done it until now. But Todd went with me after we got off Margie's live to try it out, and I couldn't figure out how to change the screen between me and the road. And so we went back home, and in our playing around, we knocked off the first live. So then he went in to go to bed, and I sat in the front yard in the car for 45 minutes trying to figure it out, and I figured it out. So then I decided to take everyone for a ride and took you down by my job. And when I was leaving, I tried to tilt the phone to show the moon and the clock tower at the Opera House. And when I did, I knocked us off the live again. So then I went and sat in the library parking lot and got things set up again. And here we are. So I am testing, playing, experimenting, de-stressing, just enjoying the ride with great company. But as much as I'm having fun doing this, I may have to every now and then just do it with everybody and not just with the joyriders. But if it were daylight, I would be so embarrassed, y'all. There's so much pollen on my windshield. So this is my work. This is the building that we're actually in. I park in front of this Coca-Cola mural every day I come to work. Isn't that pretty cool? I love art. But anyway, so that's the little building I work in. And if you'll give me a minute. So I'm playing. And it's been a long time since I've just like drove. Because I was saying earlier that when I had my spine surgery and lost the ability to walk and had to relearn, that Todd did all the driving, and I found out that I could crochet and not get car sick, because I get car sick easily. And in the past, I did all the driving. But now that I can crochet and not get car sick, I make him do all the driving. All right, so this is the front of our little office building. And so on the right side over here, right there, that's our office with the big Thrivent on it. And then right next door to it is what they call an NFT museum. And it's basically a virtual museum. Jen says she is fond of Coke. Mama Susie says, what tier is your Joyriders? It's my highest tier, Mama Susu. It is the $14.99 a month one. But like I said, I'll have to do this once a month. Just do a public one. But, and what's cool about it is we do rides like this at night, actually quite often. And we do them almost every Friday night, unless there's something I need to get done in the studio, or if Todd is just like really not feeling well, because sometimes Fridays are kind of rough for him at work. But most of the time on Friday nights after movie night, we do this, and we take Sadie. That's like her special treat. The only bad thing about trying to do a ride, which we've done one before with her, is the windows are down, because, you know, she wants to be able to smell everything. And you've got that wind sound. But anyway. All right. I can't believe I'm wide awake, but I'm wide awake. Lisa's having fun with Nightbot. I love it. Oh, thank you, Jen. She says, I'm loving the start of the blanket. I'm going to be honest with you. The odd parts are going to be like hard in the fact that you're just working straight single crochets for so many stitches, so many rows. But the even parts are going to be so much fun because those are the ones that are going to make the blanket come to life. They're going to be the longest tutorials. So it's funny. The shortest tutorials are going to be the ones going to be okay. There we go. All right. I'm going to repeat what I was saying because I don't know what you heard and what you didn't hear. So the odd parts of the because those are the ones where you're setting park again. Oh, there we go. All right. So I don't know what parts you're hearing. I'm missing a lot of the chat. Yeah, Mama Susu, I could see that spinning. So I'm going to start heading to the house because if nothing more, I can pick up my signal at my house. All right. So as long as I can see you, then I know you can see and hear me. So I'm going to try this again. So on the blanket, the odd parts are going to be shorter videos, but the most work because you're laying down the foundation of the blanket in each section. So those are going to be the ones where you're going to be like, I hate Cynthia. The even parts will be longer tutorials, but they're the ones that are going to bring the blanket to life. It's where the creativity is really going to just come and you're going to have fun. But anyway, I'm excited nonetheless. And if you're excited about that, oh my goodness, you just wait. But anyway, but you know what's so funny? I will say this. Doing all of those single crochets with a 5mm hook for 224 stitches for 44 rows, it really wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I really was anticipating that I would get really, really bored. But I got through 3/4 of it just watching 2 movies on Netflix. And then I put it down and I did do the February month for the All in the Family blanket, and then the calendar blanket I'm doing with the Yarny Fiber Sisters, and then the one I'm doing on my own by myself with calendars with the inspirational blanket. And then I picked it back up and voila, it was done. In fact, y'all are going to just like go, what? I actually did 2 extra rows and had to frog 2 rows because I just got going. And when I counted, I was like, okay, this has got to be crazy, because it was like towards the end that I was starting to feel that mundaneness, you know, and then come to find out I did 2 rows too many. But oh well. So just find a good show on Netflix. That's my advice. Or Hulu or whatever, Tubi, whatever you watch. Oh, this has been so much fun. I needed this. Everything has just been so go, 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 go. I've missed this. Even back when I worked in the emergency room, even before that, when I was director of sales at a hotel, which I did that for 10 years. I worked in the ER for 3. And then, of course, I had that surgery and, had to learn to walk again. And now I'm at the financial advisor. But the ER, because of things you see and whatnot, can be stressful. Working in the hotel industry, I loved it, but people can be stressful because everybody wants to come in and get, things on a caviar budget when they really have, a non-caviar budget. And they wanted it to be treated like kings and queens. And when they weren't, they didn't understand, that you're staying in a Hampton Inn. You're not staying in an Embassy Suites. But anyway, I always would go above and beyond, but I always worked way longer than I was supposed to. And I would get so stressed. And I would take a ride because the last thing I ever wanted to do was to bring that stress home to Todd, because he's always been an amazing person. He's always been like, my A team. And I'm very blessed to have him in my life. And when he realized what I was doing, he was like, well, come get me and let me take the ride with you. So that's how our rides actually her. Now, when he went to ride with me earlier, she got so upset because she heard me grab my keys and she knew we were going for a ride. But she was not happy when we walked out the house and didn't take her with us. I'm trying to. Okay. Hello. I'm at home. I'll turn this off so I don't leave it on and kill my battery. That was fun. So I'm going to grab my phone and hopefully I don't disconnect this and go through the chat a little bit. Sorry. I know this is probably making some weird noise. Oh, I hope I didn't just lose you. I can't get my phone out. Oh, I may have lost y'all. Sorry if I did. Hopefully I didn't. I didn't. Yay, there you are. I was upside down for a minute. Oh. Yeah, this isn't going to be much longer. My phone's down to 10%. That might have been why I was losing y'all. Let me turn this on a minute so it can keep charging. Okay. All right. I'm back to where Lisa and Eden were joking with each other. Oh, you guys have got an Ollie's, Lisa? That's cool. Miss Sue says, has anyone seen Tiffany L? She won something from Crafty Kitty. I haven't seen her since Friday night. Oh, Lisa. Not Ollie's, Lollies. I know it's hard to see me since I got my car on. I'll turn that on. That's funny. Eden says, I know you wish you had the Ollies. Lisa says, yes, Eden, Ollies would be good. I love Ollies. Eden says, wish we had a Walmart. So what do you guys have that's equivalent to a Walmart? A Walmart, that like, or a store, not a Walmart, a store that has just about everything. What do y'all have close to that? Now, I know up north, they have a store that's like Walmart. It's better than Walmart, and it's called Myers. Anyone here got a Myers near them? See, like you guys wish you had a Walmart. I wish down in the South and on the East Coast we had Myers. That's a cool store. Lisa Nitch, you go to the yarn section and I go to the craft section, then we meet in the middle. Laugh out loud. Lisa says, Eden, that's a good plan. I know, Miss Sue. I'm at the part of the conversation where I told y'all I let that $20 at Michael's get past me. I cannot believe I did that. Lisa says, you brought yarn? Or maybe it was bought. I have not bought yarn. I've been good. I've made it through 2 months and it's been hard. And especially since everyone's talking right now about Hobby Lobby is downsizing and they're putting their yarn on clearance. What? What? Don't do this. Don't do this to me. See, I can buy yarn as long as I'm giving it away, and I can buy yarn if it's for a specific project. But no projects that I'm working on right now require me to buy yarn because I already had a lot of the main colors for Stranger Things, and I have all the yarn I need for these crochet alongs I'm doing. Eden says, could have got a pair of purple shoes. Right. And Lisa was saying, Sue, we're 5:56 p.m. on a Tuesday night. For us, you're driving on the wrong side of the road. Okay. And that's where Miss Jen came in. Lisa says, we hear the planes and trains where we live. I love it. Lisa says, for us, you're driving on the wrong side. Renee says that they can hear the trains too. It is good. I love hearing them. Miss Sue says, I used to live about 100 feet or so from a railroad track, and the train lights would come right through my bedroom window. Now, that would not be cool, especially when you're sleeping. I do too, Eden. I love the sound of the trains. Jen says, I woke up to turn over. Well, glad you're here. Miss Sue says, I will go watch the giveaway video after this live. All right. Jen says, why are you awake and driving? It's a good question. That's where she was saying she loved the start of the blanket. Nightbot's flirting with Eden. Jen says, we leave to go home tomorrow afternoon. Oh, that's sad on many reasons, I'm sure, Jen. I mean, leaving your parents, leaving that warm weather, that beautiful sunshine. It is not very pretty where you're at back home. Yeah, that's when I froze a little bit. It did not want me to talk about the blanket, did it, Jen? Jen says, I can't start the blanket right away. Florida is in my life a lot right now. I'm going to drive with Miss C back home to Florida, then fly back to Ohio. Oh, wow. Jen, do me a favor. I tried to ask her tonight in, I don't know, I was in 3 lives. It was either Connie's, Jeannie's, or Margie's, and it doesn't really matter what live, but I tried to ask her if she had received the 2 gifts that I had sent her because um she won one of my giveaways for the member live last month. And then I sent her, because the tier she's at in my members, she receives a birthday gift. And I sent her something. And then she won the membership live. I did 2 membership giveaways. And 2, oh no, that was another giveaway. I was going to say, and then 2 in the super chat, but I only did 1 in the super chat. But I did 2 giveaways in the membership live, and she and Miss Sue won those. So I've got another one going out to her, but I had asked her if she had received the other 2, and she didn't respond to me. And I know she was still in the chat because she spoke to a couple other people after that, but I want to clarify, I'm not saying that I think she was ignoring me. That chat was going fast, and it was hard to keep up with it. Miss Sue says, not Crafty Kitty. I made a mistake. It was Amanda with Tap Mama 73. Okay. Lisa says, you have a Myers, Lisa? Oh, wow. See, I'm just going to be honest. Then you're the lucky one. Myers are so much better than Walmart's. Eden says, think it is like Kmart. Now, I love Kmart. Now, the only bad thing about Kmart is they didn't have a craft section. And you could get thread and needles there and scissors, but that was about it. That's what it was limited to. That was their craft section. But I loved Kmart. Miss Sue says she doesn't have an Ollie's. Jen says, I don't shop Myers too much. You have a Myers? Oh my goodness. Renee says she does not have a Myers. Eden says, think Kmart is equivalent to Walmart maybe, but I am not sure. But we do also have Myers. Kmart was equivalent to Walmart. In fact, Kmart's were around before Walmart's were around. And I don't know. I loved Kmart clothes a lot better, especially for my boys. And they carried like these Sesame Street kids clothes for toddlers, and I just loved it. Jacqueline Smith had a line of clothes in Kmart, and I loved her line of clothes for me. And then I loved. Whew, I thought somebody was outside my window, and it's my rose bush. How funny. I love the Route 66 clothes at Kmart for Todd. Hello, Miss Tiffany. Oh, they were just talking about you, Tiffany. You won. You won a giveaway from Amanda. I am up late tonight. It's now 2:30 in the morning. And Miss Sue was already telling you, nice, nice, which is great because it really wasn't my news to tell. Jen says, it is gorgeous here in Florida in the 80s. I bet, I bet. Tiffany says, did I? I'll head over and check her out. Thank you, Mama Susu. Yes, thank you for sharing that. Jen says, I think she has received a lot of things since she's been in Ohio. Okay. Lisa says she does not like her Myers. Eden says, oh, yes, I love Kmart. I do too. Jen says, Myers doesn't have much yarn. And when I was going to Myers, I never looked for yarn because the last time I've been in the Myers, I was I was 23 and I didn't crochet. I didn't knit. I didn't do anything with yarn unless it was creating yarn, those little things you did with the popsicle sticks in the yarn in Vacation Bible School. Lisa says our Kmart has a little bit of craft section with little bit of yarn. Wow. So our Kmart's never sold yarn, and you don't really see any Kmart's here anymore. A lot of them closed. Eden says Savers is an op shop clothing store I like. Lisa says it is 6:30 p.m. here for me. Wow. Lisa says our Myers never sold yarn. All right, I am at the bottom of the chat. Well, you guys, this has been fun. I think Mr. Joyful will be up in 2 hours. Oh, I better get me some sleep so I can teach Bible study tomorrow, right? Oh, this has been so much fun. I will definitely have to do this again. Todd and I eventually want to go camping again. And this was one of the things we wanted to be able to do. And we've been talking about this, gosh, for over a year, I know, about doing movie night at a campground. Wouldn't that be fun? Oh my gosh. Oh, I got some good news to share. So when I was on Margie's live listening in, I started shopping for something specific, and I found something, and I'm so excited. It's actually going to be here tomorrow. So when I do tutorials, the way my camera is set up, the camera on the tripod actually sits between me and the project I'm working on. And it's so hard. And it's always been that way. And, the Call the Midwife blanket tutorials, those were not so bad because they were baby-sized blankets. But when we were doing the Longmire blanket, it is so hard working around that camera. And, of course, that's what I have been doing with the Stranger Things. But this new camera stand that's coming in, I'm so excited. It is portable. I can fold it up and take it with me. But it allows the camera to sit in front of me and come over. And when it's leaning over, instead of being opposite, it's going to be at the same angle as if it were like the camera is sitting between me and the project. But there won't be a camera between me and the project because it'll be over us. And so I am so excited. And if it works really well, no. I was going to say I might even frog some of the blanket and redo it. But yeah, no, I'm not going to go backwards. Mama Sue says no Kmart in Cedar Rapids here. My neighbor is outside walking their dog. Ah, I saw movement in my side mirror. Jen says, I miss you, friend. I know, I know. Lisa says, yes, movie night, camping with Mike Myers. Oh, gosh. Uh, Sue says, laugh out loud, Lisa. I love scary movies. Lisa says, Sue, me too. Scary movies are the best. Laugh out loud. So I'm not an overly big, you know what? I better turn my car off before I kill my battery. Oops. Did I lose y'all? Oh, okay. There we go. I'm not an overly big scary movie person. But I do have, I don't want to say a love. I do enjoy the Halloween Michael Myers movies. I don't know what it is. And when I say enjoy, I don't mean like, I don't know how to explain it. Like they don't get to me. I don't know if it's because, my mind, I can say, oh, this is not real. It's just entertainment. But yeah, over most, like I was worried about Stranger Things in the beginning. When that opening scene, I was like, yeah, I don't know about this. But then I started watching it and it was better than I could imagine. But Lisa says Halloween movies are the best. Have you seen the very last one, Lisa, that came out this past Halloween? I've not seen it yet. I need to, but I haven't seen it yet. And I think there's a new Scream movie coming out. The Scream movies didn't bother me, but there were a couple scenes that got me. And I'm trying to think if it is the episode for this Friday night for movie night or the one for the week after. But there was a scene that got me. I can't remember. But anyway, yeah. It's not so much that horror movies scare me, because I guess I just know they're not real. It's the blood and gore. But saying that makes me a hypocrite, a huge hypocrite, because I'm watching Walking Dead with my son. Those are our Tuesday night movie night dates. We're watching Walking Dead, and there's a lot of gore, like bloody gore, with them bashing in walkers' heads. So, anyway, that makes me a hypocrite. But we may not get to do our mommy son date tomorrow night, because tomorrow night, or well, I guess that's tonight, isn't it? Because it is now Tuesday here. So tonight I am going live with AJ from AJ's. Oh, goodness. It's AJ's personal. Y'all don't tell her I forgot her channel name. AJ's Personal Touch? I don't know. That don't sound right. Anyway, she asked me 2 or 3 months ago to go live with her. But anyway, she reached out to me about a month ago and asked me again, and I told her I would do it. So here we are tonight. Lisa says she loves the blood and gore. Tiffany says, I felt the same way about Stranger Things. Now I love it, right? I am glad that I pushed through, but I did. I almost, after the first couple scenes, I was like, Todd, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I could do this. But he told me, because he had seen the first 3 seasons when I was seeing the first episode of season 1. And he was like, just give it a little bit of time. I'm like, okay. He's like, trust me, if you can watch Walking Dead, you can watch Stranger Things. And I am so glad I stuck with it, because I am enjoying Stranger Things. So Wanda and I were looking the other day, because she told me she heard there was a new Longmire, and I got really excited. So I started researching, and I never found another season of Longmire. They talked about bringing a season 7, but then they kind of confirmed that there would not be a season 7. But supposedly there is something coming out with Longmire. And with Walt, but I don't know that it's going to follow like the same storyline as the actual series. So it's called Longmire Crime something. So I'm going to check into that, because after we do this last season of Stranger Things, we're going to go do the new season of Call the Midwife. And then if there is this Longmire thing, we'll look into seeing what we can do with that, because I really enjoyed Longmire. That was good. That was a good first choice. I forget who chose, not who chose it, but who wrote it down, and we drew it out of a cup. Of course, Call the Midwife, we just decided because of a project. And then Stranger Things, we actually voted on. And so when we go to start the new season of Call the Midwife, I'll go ahead and do a video, and we'll start voting on the new series. But anyway, so hopefully by the time we get that figured out, I will have my Stranger Things blanket done, and we'll know what the new series is, and I can get started on doing something different. But we've done blankets for all 3 series, so I'm hoping to do something different with this new series. Tiffany says, oh no, I don't do zombies. Jen says, I've loved Stranger Things, but this is getting eek for me lately. Yeah. Season 4 is starting to seem really, in fact, I think at one point, well, that whatever that scene was that scared me, I said to Todd, I said, this is starting to get dark. But That's when I want to start watching Mama Susu is Yellowstone. And there's another one, is it 1923, that has Harrison Ford? Oh, he is like one of my favorite actors. And so I want to see that, especially because I don't know if y'all know this, but right before they did the last Star Wars that they filmed, Harrison Ford was in a bad plane accident. He flew his own private plane, and he was in a bad plane accident, and it messed him up pretty badly. That's my rose bush again. Um, and he didn't go out in public much less acting. So I think when they first approached him about finishing off the Star Wars, he at first said no. And eventually he came around and did it. And so I'm happy to see him acting again. But anyway, I'd like to see that. I think it's called 1923. But I have Yellowstone on my list too. I'm trying to think. There was something that was on my list, and it might be Yellowstone. But somebody gave me kind of a warning, excuse me, that there's a lot of nudity. So, yeah, don't want that either. I would rather take the scary over the nudity. Jen says Yellowstone is awesome. Sue says that's good to hear. Tiffany says, has anyone watched Wednesday yet? No, but that's one I have program to watch too. Yay, Eden. She loves Harrison Ford too. Lisa says I don't like Harrison Ford. I'm sorry. I do. Jen says I watch this with my son, and every time there's something that scares me, I end up hitting him in the arm. I think I get violent when I get scared. Laugh out loud. Eden says Harrison Ford is going to be the new Indiana Jones. So there's another Indiana Jones coming out, because I know he played the originals. Tiffany says I've only seen the first episode, but the scenes I've seen in clips, the monster almost seems scarier than the monster in Stranger Things. My son is obsessed with the show Wednesday. My goodness. Jen says not a lot of nudity, but some. Okay, well that's not too bad. Lisa says I prefer Kevin Costner. And didn't he do? I know he did Field of Dreams, but no, that's not who did. Yeah, isn't that who did Dances with Wolves? June 30th for Indiana Jones. Wow. Nice. I've gone all this time without drinking. Of course, when we left the house, it was at midnight, and I didn't think I was going to be gone that long. But anyway, this is kind of weird. It's dark. It's very dark. But I don't want to kill my car battery. All right. Well, I'm going to open the door so y'all can see me, and I'm going to say bye. Woo! It is very windy and very cold out here. Oh my goodness. This has been so much fun. Lisa says yes, Dances with Wolves. Jen says Kevin Costner is leaving the show. Lisa says The Bodyguard with yes, now I did really like him in The Bodyguard. That was good. Eden says I haven't watched Wednesday yet, but it's on my watch list. Um I watched two really, really good movies, and I cannot remember the names of them. And I don't know why, but something just popped in my head. I was supposed to put something in the description box after one of my lives Sunday, and I didn't do it. Now I got to go back and figure out what that was. Sorry. That's how my brain works. Um, well, this has been fun. This was kind of like having a slumber party. We'll definitely have to do something like this again, but on a weekend. Yes, Tank, we are up late. We went for a drive around Newberry. I'm actually sitting in my car at the moment. I was playing with StreamYard on my phone. So it's been a fun night. This has been really cool. I can't think of what those movies were called. Nor can I remember what I was supposed to put in that description box. So that means I've got to go watch my videos again. And that's going to be hard. I struggle when I have to edit a video because I do not like hearing myself talk. I'd much rather turn on someone else's live and listen to them. I wish I could remember. Hopefully it was in the super chat giveaway because that one was a short video. Oh, dang it. I don't like it when I do that. Well, I'm getting tired. Tank, what are you doing up late? And really, it doesn't matter. I'm just happy we got to give you a hug. Jen says 1883 and 1923 are earlier than Yellowstone, so watch them first. Okay. I've got several series on my Netflix reserved. Like, I want to watch The Crown. What else do I have? Um, um, oh gosh. I don't know, but I'll tell you something. I don't know if it's still on Netflix, but when I was working in the emergency room and we had downtime, I would watch this series on Netflix and it was called Bloodline and it was really good. Um, Also talking about like movies that you would not normally watch. Um, my friend Tasha, she came over one night. This is like right after I had my surgery and I couldn't walk. She came over, her and her son came over, and she and I crocheted, but the three of us started watching this series on Netflix. And she's like, "You got to watch this. You got to watch this." And I'm like, "Okay." I'm going to go ahead and tell you the title of what it was. Little did I know what it was, but I ended up loving it. And it was like almost like a guilty pleasure. Like, I shouldn't be enjoying this show, but I am. It was called Dexter. And it was about a guy that he's a police officer, but he was really a serial killer. And he was like a vigilante more than anything. But oh my gosh. And I was like, Tasha, I can't believe you got me hooked on this. But anyway, I wish I could remember some of these I've got saved. Oh, Emily in Paris. That's one I haven't seen that I know I have in my queue to watch. I'm tired now, so I can't think. There was quite a few that when we were voting that people had put that I wanted to see, and I still haven't seen. I try to stay away from series right now in case we pick one for movie night. So I've been trying to do like more like just movies. But oh, I know what one of the movies was that I saw that was really cute. Um it had Reese Witherspoon in it and Ashton Kutcher, and it was called Your Place or Mine. That was a really cute movie. If y'all have not seen that, it's a really good, clean love story. So, which I normally typically don't really get into love stories. Not that I'm not a romantic. I'm more of an action person. Like I love more of the mystery shows, like the mysteries and the cop, action, like on regular TV, I'm that girl that's in with like Blue Bloods and NCIS and um, The Equalizer and those kinds of show. I love those kinds of shows. Um, anyway, uh, I'm tired now, so I can't think. I keep wanting to say something and it goes in and it goes out. Oh, so if y'all don't know this about me, um, I'm not so much into like reality shows. I just don't do drama. But I am a big Survivor fan. And I have been watching Survivor since the first one. And Survivor 43 starts this Wednesday. I cannot wait. Um, yeah, I see car lights. There's one more thing I was going to tell y'all, and then I'm definitely going to go. Bye, Lisa. Bye, Eden. Eden says, take care, Cynthia. It was great to see you. I have to put my iPad on charge. I do too. I'm down to 14% actually. I did, Jen, but that's in the house. She says, didn't you write it down? I did. It's in the house. Thank you guys, by the way, for giving Tank love as she came in. Tank says, Eden, Lisa, Jen, Sue, breathing treatment. Oh, Jen says, love Dexter when I could get it. Bag O'Day loves it. Oh, really? It is pretty good. And then they ended it, and then they started a new series. Um, like where his son has grown up. But when that series, there goes my light. But when that series ended, I haven't seen any more. I haven't seen any more of that one. But Tiffany says Crystal from Bag O' Day loves that show. She just got a new yarn and her thumbnail said it was Dexter yarn. Wow, I did not know that about her. That's cool. Renee says one Chicago. Yes, yes, Renee. Really, Miss Sue? She says she likes Survivor too. I don't know. And it's not the drama end of it, and it's not even so much the social game of it. Um, I love the competitions. I love to see people push past, you know, their limits, like I like seeing them, grow. Um, but that's the athlete in me. So, but anyway, all right, my friends. I am definitely going to say bye before my phone says bye for me because my battery is dying rather quickly. Jen says I hate reality shows. Laugh out loud. I do too, except for I really do love Survivor. I even like The Amazing Race. Um, I just got through watching, but I only saw the last couple episodes of it, and I think it's about to end. It's called Special Forces, where these people literally train to be like, I guess, like Navy SEALs or something. I love America's Got Talent and American Idol, but that's about the limit of my reality shows. So, Tank says, good night. Hope you rest well. Hope you rest well as well. All right. I do love y'all. Take care. Be joyful. And I will see you sometime soon. Bye.